Hi folks, this is All the Fruit, and today we are visiting a coffee and tropical fruit plantation in Europe, on the European mainland. And where is this plantation? Of course, at the Costa Tropical, the tropical coast of Spain. If you look around, well, here in the upper part of the valley, the main cash crop are olives, but in between you can see avocado plantations, and I hope that we will soon get to the coffee fields. The avocados are starting to flower right now. However, on this one, there are a couple out of season fruits. Some big round variety. I wonder which one it is. Excuse me, what is this avocado variety, those round fruits?
Have you seen it? You can see it down there. It's a reed.
Reed. Ah, reed. Okay. Oh yeah, here is one. Avocados actually don't require the super mild subtropical climate of the Costa Tropical. They would also grow in many other parts of Europe. However, other important cash crops of the area like mangoes or cherimoyas, they can only grow in the best climatic areas of the Mediterranean. The tobacco tree or blue-green tobacco introduced here, well, for smoking, and now it has escaped and is growing feral. Well, the castor oil plant introduced, well, for the castor oil, same thing, escaping and growing feral everywhere. This seems to be a different variety of avocado, however, the guide is already ahead. So 9 different types of avocados on this farm. Here a reed which is, fruiting a lot more than the other specimens. Also, he taught us his family history. His grandfather was a big sugar baron and bankrupted his sugar factory and sugar. Oh, am I allowed to tell the story of your family? Sorry? Am I allowed to tell the story of your family? My family, yes. Ah, good. So he bankrupted his sugar plantation and sugar factory. His father introduced mangoes and avocados to the area, and somebody burned down the farm, so bankrupted too. This guy introduced coffee to the area, then COVID came and he went bankrupt too. And now he is trying a combination of everything: mangoes, avocados, coffee, and tons of rare tropical Asian fruits, which you might expect rather somewhere in Borneo or in Thailand than here. Okay, let me run. I'll miss the tropical fruits. Oh, also he said since he restarted the business after COVID, they have had a fire, 3 droughts, and also a sandstorm from the Sahara so severe that the bees died and pollination failed. So yeah, it hasn't been all easy developing this plantation, but let's see what he achieved. So this is the oldest mango tree on the plantation, 48 years old. The oldest avocado tree on the plantation.
How many pieces of avocados does he produce in 1 year? If you find out, I will give you a free avocado. Okay? And it has to be the exact number.
It's a Caribbean, a Cuban avocado, which produces only like 10 to 15 fruits a year, most probably because this type of avocado is not really used to the cold. Cuba is basically a constantly warm tropical island. That's the boss, by the way. So unfortunately, his oldest tree, I don't want to film the guests, so his oldest tree, since it's not very well adapted to the harsh climate of Europe, is producing almost nothing. Hackberries are native to this area. monsterized not, but in a couple years it might produce a lot of tasty fruits. For some reason he didn't mention the star fruit. Maybe he has bigger trees with actual fruits. Here a couple chirimoyas, avocados, mangoes, a nice mix, and some topocho bananas over there. Also he did not mention the lychee tree. Strange. Oh, and a nice macadamia tree here. Still very young, but another old avocado. By the way, those old avocados and mangoes survived here for 30 years without watering. Here water is a bigger problem than frost. And now he's planting the seeds of this tree, I guess as a rootstock for all his avocado varieties. And this chirimoya tree here has a lot of out-of-season fruits. What about this one on the ground? Oh no, it's still too hard. What about this one? Am I even allowed to steal fruits here? Guess this one is edible. He explains the chirimoya harvesting. The season lasts from September to April to now. And you can either let the beetles pollinate them, or if you want big fruits, expensive market fruits, you hand pollinate them. Look at the nice wild boar spa. So this avocado is supposed to taste like a pistachio. Also I see quite a big number of macadamia. Seems he's starting quite a macadamia business here. Oh, no, I didn't get what this is. You tell me. The leaves look a little bit like a black sapote, but not sure. Maybe he's talking about the jackfruit there in the background, that the vegans love it because it's like meat. I should stop foraging and concentrate more on what he's talking. Some Mexicola avocado. He calls it locta. I'm not familiar with this name. Oh yes, he reminded us that the leaves of the Mexicola smell like anise. Yep, they do. Arriving at the coffee plants. Oh, here by the way a flower or two. He said he got them from the Canary Islands and they told him that he's crazy to try to cultivate them here, but he managed. Also he says the best coffee is of course hand-picked coffee, but when they pick them with the machines, all the berries are of different ripening stages, and basically then they sort them out. The expensive shops get the coffee from the red berries, the average shops get the coffee from the orange berries, the cheap shops and fast food restaurants like McDonald's get the coffee from the yellow berries, and guess where the green berries go? They go to Nescafe. Also he said that if you want decaf, basically try, because decaf is made with chemicals, try to get instead really highland coffee from over 2000 meters, Arabica from over 2000 meters. It has basically no caffeine. But I want chirimoyas. No need to rip them from the tree. You have to find the fallen ones. And more coffee plants. He said the folks in Gran Canaria were not completely wrong. The coffee is totally struggling here in winters. It's really not the perfect climate for coffee, but you see 2.5 meter tall plants producing tons of fruits, not thriving but surviving, and they are a very viable cash crop for here. Also, he said that one nicely producing coffee plant produces about 50 to 60 cups a year. So imagine how many coffee plants you need for your yearly coffee consumption. Also, it's the second most valuable commodity in the world after petrol, after oil. More valuable than coal, more valuable than grain, more valuable than gold. The total amount of the total price of the coffee traded worldwide is second only to petrol. Oh, what happened to those poor avocados? Oh, Actually, this one is soft enough to eat. This one also. Oh, well, I asked him if I can take ripe chirimoyas. I guess I'll extend the question to ripe avocados. Look at that. Now let's see whether it's tasty enough.
Let's continue.
Nice and tasty. I wonder if it's still red. Same shape, but bigger. He's explaining the carrot, but I'm munching on the avocado.
And if you grind it with a little bit of sugar, then you can have something close to Nutella. Yeah.
First one was a bit overripe, and this one is close to perfect. Oh, what I wanted to ask, I mean, the most expensive coffee is the one eaten by a civet.
Yes.
You have civets here.
No, we don't have them.
You don't have them? Why not?
I don't know. Do you have them?
Well, I've seen them next to the big embalse over there.
But I don't have them. I don't want to cage them also.
You don't have them wild around here?
Maybe, but you cannot control that. I don't know if it's a good idea.
But I would like to know if you spot them here, if they sometimes go and munch on your coffee beans, because then you could walk around and collect the poo of the wild ones and sell the most expensive coffee in the world. Is like European coffee luwak.
Okay, European shit.
Well, I mean, the shit coffee in Indonesia is quite common already because they keep a lot of them in cages.
Yeah.
But here, wild European coffee luwak, that's like...
Sounds like a business. We can start the business together.
You want me to eat the fruits?
No, you can collect it.
But if you don't... Oh, there is a chameleon! Finally!
You found it?
Yes, this is the only place in Europe where you have wild chameleons.
You got a better eye than me? Where is it?
It's over there.
Oh, you can take it.
Oh, wow. What is it now? Here it is. My zoom is crap, but that's definitely a chameleon. Beautiful. It's a big male.
I put it down past the other side.
Yeah, Montes de Malaga and surrounding areas are the only place in Europe. Well, another one is Malta, but Malta is an island, basically half in Africa. This is the only place on the European continent where we have chameleons. And also the only area on the European continent where you have civets. And now since you have coffee and civets in the same place, you can produce the most expensive coffee in the world here. You remember those goat trees from the internet? The trees where goats climb around and eat? Well, that's the tree, the argan tree. And the goats are trying to eat those little fruits. Then they poop out the seeds. The Moroccans, because this tree is endemic to West Sahara and Morocco, they collect them and make a very expensive argan oil from them. This tree is still small. Maybe you can put a dwarf goat on it. Also, I wonder, I guess this was an out-of-season fruit because it's covered with thousands of flowers. Will it have a lot of fruits in autumn?
Hopefully.
Because now I see one fruit and a lot of flowers.
Yeah, hopefully.
Nice, nice.
Muy bien. We're driving that way. You see
Oh, look at that. One Passiflora ligularis or granadia and a lot of maracuya. Yeah, maracuya is not uncommon here, but this is the first granadia I see. Does granadia grow well here?
that? Not really.
What's the problem? Is it too cold or? In Tenerife it seems to grow very well.
Yeah, they don't have the stress in the winter.
Yeah. Now we have arrived in an area with a lot of, I guess those are topocho bananas, but the fruits are minuscule. They also look a little bit different, either very stressed topocho bananas or something else. And up there is one. One could be ready for harvesting. Also some sugar cane here. Oh, and here 1, 2, 3 bunches which nobody bothered to harvest. There is a bunch here that's almost ripe. You want to harvest it?
I will.
You will? Because I saw a couple ones which are already black. What is this? This is not normal Orinoco.
No, it's a small one.
But what's the name? Is it Namba or what?
Manzano, I think they call it.
Oh, Manzano. See this over there? The birds have already eaten most of them. Ah, so this is Platano Manzano, the apple banana. Is the sugarcane a remnant from your grandfather's time?
Yeah.
You remember how his grandfather bankrupted his sugar plantation and sugar mill? But something has survived. Oh, look at that beautiful lychee tree. That might be one of the best ones I've seen here in Europe.
I see
Completely
the bees working.
covered with flowers, and the bees are really busy.
Sorry?
They are making rum here from the sugarcane. I hope we get to try that later. Nice
You can see the
mango
bees
trees.
working.
Nice papayas. Here the papayas haven't suffered too much during the winter. In some other areas they lost all the leaves.
Yeah.
What are you doing for them to survive so well?
To them.
You talk to them, okay? It seems to work because
Patricia.
here they don't like the...
Her name is Patricia.
So this papaya, I think it's not a variety, it's the personal name of the tree. Oh, he has 200 macadamia trees. Those are the old ones, but he has a lot of young ones. Excuse me, what are those 2 bananas here?
Which one?
This looks like
Red banana.
red banana, and this super dwarf Cavendish or what?
Cavendish, yeah.
But which Cavendish?
I really don't know the name.
Big-
Banana tasty. Come here, would you like to eat loquats?
Here are the red bananas. Beautiful.
To eat on the others, okay?
So,
Feel free.
loquat
Otherwise
tree
the dog
fruiting like crazy. Loquats are the main fruits in season right now in April. However, the low-hanging ones look kind of pale. I want the ones from the higher branches. So a lot of nice massive papayas. Another overlooked bunch of bananas, this time the red ones. Maybe I'll find some which are ripe. Must be careful. Lots of poisonous spiders and snakes around here, and they love to hide in the bananas. Oh, limau purut.
Do you use it in food, like in pie or?
This is Citrus hystrix, the one lime where you use the fruits and the leaves.
My mother has a long gun for me. It's
That
excellent.
should be
It's really,
the
really
long gun.
sugary, similar. They
Oh,
use it now
yeah, it's
in,
a
cuisine
very
in Japan.
frost-hardy
And
citrus.
I also
People
have
start growing it in
lemongrass.
Germany.
You see the spike?
Unfortunately, the mangoes require a lot of heat to ripen, so right now they are not in season. But I'm hoping for some avocados. I'm wondering those black ones, no, they are still unripe. Yeah, hope to find one on the ground, but the only one I found on the ground, the bichos found it first. Oh, you forgot to harvest those papayas here, or are those not so tasty?
A bit high for me.
A bit high for you. Can I have one?
No, it's okay.
Oh, and what about those here? This big pile on the ground, also a bit high for him? That should be some Cavendish, but he says he has 2 different Cavendish. little kumquat tree. Oh, look at that. Somebody took all the red bananas, but they left this underdeveloped one. Oh, now it's for me. The flesh, pretty yellow. With a nice apple-like flavor, but of course it's an underdeveloped fruit that doesn't have the full taste spectrum. The Calabrian bergamot, the etheric oil, is used for perfumes and, for example, also for Earl Grey tea. Yeah, really the healthiest papaya plants I've seen this spring in the whole region. So he said this is his spring avocado variety, but I didn't get the name. I mean, they look a lot like us. But he said those avocados, they don't suffer here in winter because the winters are very mild. They suffer in summer from the salt spray and they need a lot of water. So he's developing dragon fruits as an alternative. And he must have a lot more somewhere because he complained about the big work on the pollination, and here I see maybe 10-15 plants, but he must have many more somewhere. They're being pollinated by a bat in their native tropical areas of America. However, here you have to do it by hand. Also, he didn't mention the tamarind. He mentioned his wife told him to grow 25 or 28 different fruit trees here. We might have passed many of them and I just didn't notice them. Where does this mass of carob seeds come from? Oh, that's a lot of money lying around here. He must have... look at that. He is fertilizing the avocados with them. But after that he could still sell the seeds. I mean, yeah, this was used to weigh gold and diamonds in older times, but nowadays it's still very valuable as a congealing agent, as a sort of vegan gelatin. And here, last but not least, the worst coffee in all of Europe. It's also the best coffee in all of Europe because, as he says, it's the only one. And if life gives you lemons, give them back. Say it again.
I wanted you to eat the lemon to see the face.
So what? Are they organic?
Yes. Mandala.
It was mango.
Mango, yeah, that's mango.
And this one.
Är det mandel?
Ja, det kan man det.
Almondi?
You fruit challenge me, you lose every time. If life gives you lemons and you're too lazy to eat lemonade, to make lemonade, you can still eat them whole. Look what I found on the way back. If I'm not mistaken, this is civet poo. And it's full of seeds, loquat seeds. No coffee seeds yet. Maybe they don't know that coffee cherries are edible. But yeah, if they start eating the coffee cherries, you just have to look for those little piles of poo, and then you can start your own Kopiluak production here in continental Europe. So folks, this was the trip to the Herradura coffee farm. Oh, By the way, this looks like... this looks to me like a white zapote tree. And there seems to be another one behind the smoking chimney. Well, this was the Herradura coffee farm. Not only with coffee, but also with tons of rare and exotic fruits. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich Costa Tropical in Spain. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.